Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys another Q&A. We've been through a lot of Q&As on this channel, haven't we? We've been through like, what? This is like 67, 68. I don't know if I'm going to get to 100. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course I am. But it's going to be an interesting time when 100 hits. I'm going to try to do something special, but that's a very, very long time from now. But other than that, let's get right into these questions. What color was your childhood home? Home. I can't say that right. Why could I not? Can I not say that word right? Home. Okay, there we go. I think it was yellow, which in hindsight is a terrible color for a house. But that's just, forget what color it was. Right, well, I mean, it ain't much better now. Right now it's like gray. Like a blue-gray. That ain't very good. What if Zareth, I'm guessing that's what it means, or Zareth, I don't know. I'm just going to say Zareth, and if I get it wrong, oh well, was in the Champa, and in Champa's team for Universe 6. Well, I don't know who the hell Zareth is, so I can't really answer this, but he's probably a bitch. Because if I don't know about him, then he's basically a nobody. What if Golden Frieza participated in the Universe 7 vs 6 tournament? He'd be a really great asset to Beerus's team. He would have replaced, well, if he would have replaced Majin Buu or Piccolo, that's an interesting one. But I think, oh boy, who did they pick first to join their teams? Who did they go to first? Did they go for Piccolo or did they go for Buu first? Now we're obviously going in hindsight, that just assuming that Frieza is going to be on their side for Universe 7. If he replaced Majin Buu, then they'd be a very great asset to the team. That's for sure. Unless he fought Botamo, I bet you he'd end up losing to Botamo just because he wouldn't be smart enough to knock him out of the ring. Or to like figure it out, I guess. I don't know. Do you love her? I mean, I guess so. I don't know who you're talking to, but sure. I don't know who you're talking about, though. Will Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT ever be released on Blu-ray? I don't think so, and it's been so long since it came out. I don't think they are going to get Blu-ray releases. Maybe Dragon Ball, but GT I think probably not. It's an interesting thing because, you know, they've had these bricks. Like right behind me, I got the green bricks for GT and the blue bricks for Dragon Ball. And then I have all of Z on Blu-ray and all the movies on Blu-ray and all that good stuff. But I don't think that Ball and GT are going to get Blu-ray releases necessarily. What if Zareth met Goku? Again, I don't really know who that is, so I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of those questions about that character. I don't know who he is, I'm sorry. You know, for all I know, he's probably, I've said this on the Q&As before. If he's like from some other anime that I don't watch, like Fairy Tail or something, I don't watch Fairy Tail at all. Down here, you guys probably can't see it because of the way I render this video out, but all the way down here, we got one. Can Zareth beat Goku with his black magic? I'm guessing that's probably some Fairy Tail thing. I don't watch Fairy Tail. I don't like Fairy Tail, so if that's what he's from, then I don't know. Which band do you prefer, Green Day or Oasis? Well, I don't know who the hell Oasis is off the top of my head, but I do know Green Day, and I mean, by default, I just say that Green Day just because I know who it is, but I don't really listen to either band, so I don't listen to, I listen to 80s, okay? So, you know, Aerosmith, Boston, stuff like that. Queen, Judas Priest, the good stuff. Who's hotter, Katy Perry or Selena Gomez? I'd say Katy Perry because Selena Gomez looks like she's 12. Have you ever seen Trev Chan's 2's videos? I've seen him before, and I don't agree with a lot of his. He doesn't obviously do mainly Dragon Ball, but I've seen some of his Dragon Ball stuff, and I don't really agree with what he said on there. But I don't really have a problem with the guy. I know Quaman's a big fan of him, so they did a video, I think, together. So, you know. Why do you hate Kai? I don't remember ever saying that I hated Kai, so I don't know where this question came from. I don't hate Kai at all. I don't think I've ever once said that. I just said that there's not really a whole lot of point for me to watch Kai because I already, you know, have knowledge of the manga, and Kai still leaves stuff out of the manga, so I'm not gaining anything by watching it. When it all comes out, like the Buu Saga comes out in English, I'll buy the whole thing on Blu-ray, trust me. But right now, I've seen parts of it, and it's got great voice acting to be sure, but there's just no point for me to really go back and watch it when I already know all the stuff, if that makes sense. I've never once said I hated Kai, though. Never. Do you think Super is better than the first 34 episodes of GT? I think, now, it's going to sound like one of those overdone videos, and sure, you can say that, but I think I have a somewhat decent point to make, and it's a lot more relevant now, I feel like, than before. But don't quote me on this, but Saturday I'm trying to have up a video on if Dragon Ball Super sucks. And, I'm going to kind of talk about, the first 2 arcs, how they were a problem in a lot of ways. But remember, guys, that Super doesn't really start until this new arc we've had. And I am going to obviously count the fact that those 2 previous arcs are still a part of the series. They're not going to be left out of the box sets or any of the Blu-rays or anything like that. That's a part of the series still, so I have to take it into account. But for me, this new arc, I've been enjoying it so much. Maybe I'm fanboying, but I really enjoy the new stuff we've been getting. And, whether you believe it or not, the manga for Super does count towards the quality of the series, in my honest opinion. Even though it's kind of used more as a promotional thing, I think there's still some precedence to include the manga, even if it's just a promotional thing. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I'm going to talk to Geekdom about that probably. But, we'll see. Can Zeref beat Goku with Black Magic again? I don't know who it is. Another Zeref question, don't know who it is. By the way, guys, he records on Wednesdays, so be sure to ask your questions that day. Yeah, well, to be fair, I guess today I'm recording my questions on a Wednesday morning, but I try to get them done the night before on Tuesdays. But yeah, Q&As go up every single Wednesday, guys. Once a week, every single Wednesday. And you can ask me questions on ask.fm/something. I have a link in the description. It's not the same link that's up here on my computer, so. Quaman versus Hit. I think Quaman will get the shit beat out of him. Would you rather always be hot or cold? I thought about this before, and I think definitely cold, because hot, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to subdue that. But if you're cold, at least you can wrap your arms around yourself, I guess. You know what I mean? Being hot is like, it's so hard to negate that in a natural way. We have fans and stuff. You can maybe wave a leaf in your face or something and get wind going, but if you're really hot, it ain't gonna help. At least what you could do is maybe build some blankets if you were hot. And if you're talking about not being able to help it at all, like not be able to subdue the feeling at all, I'd still rather be cold, even if I can't do anything about it. That's always what I felt like. Being hot is literally the worst thing. It's funny. It's when I'm in winter, I'm like, I really wish it was hot out again. And then when it gets to summer, I'm like, I really don't know what I was thinking by thinking hot was better than cold. I don't know what I'm even talking about. Do you judge people by their Dragon Ball, by their knowledge of DBZ? Not necessarily. What I would say is that if you're like a guy that does, makes big videos, has a big audience, you should have a certain level of knowledge before spreading, misinformation or, false facts or rumors in the community. And again, if you're a viewer that watches my videos and you're 100% wrong about something, and, you can say like, oh, well, you just think he's wrong, but that doesn't mean he is wrong. If he's 100% wrong about something and he's questioning me about what I know is right and what everyone else knows is right, there's a problem there. Those people that think that Frost is as strong as Frieza and Namek, come on, guys. Stuff like that. But I don't judge people correlating on their knowledge. You can do a mixture of knowledge and, how it's not even really about knowledge, I guess. I don't know what the word to put it is. I guess, what would be the word here? Naivety, I guess, would be it. And I know a lot of kids are out there, and it's not, I know there's a lot of kids, but people tell me that, like, one thing that really bothers me is still when people say that Kid Boo's stronger than Super Boo when it's clearly not. Buhan specifically, really, like, and if anyone hears that background noise, I'm playing with a piece of tape in the background. I'm gonna stop playing with that tape right there. Got off track. But if you tell me Kid Boo's stronger than Super Boo, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't deal with that anymore. There's a lot of parts of this community what people think that do bother me, but I don't judge people strictly on their knowledge. I always try to educate people. But if you go out and call me wrong on something that I and many other people know is 100% correct, or tell me I'm completely out of my mind for something I know is correct, even though in a lot of cases it is my personal opinion. If I am so confident on something and I can't see any evidence to disprove what I'm saying, then I'm going to stick to my guns. But I guess to answer your question, I don't really judge them purely on their knowledge. How strong would a Whis and Vados fusion be? Really fucking strong, I guess. I don't know who I can compare it to. SSJ Goku GT versus... that's a yawn. SSJ 2 Vegeta if Buhan is around 10 times Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and base GT Goku is SSJ 3. You multiply 50 times SSJ 3 Goku versus SSJ 2 Vegeta, or SSJ 3 Vegeta even. I think Buhan's definitely stronger than 10 times. Super Buu, I've kind of tried to calculate, is about a bare minimum about around 10 times the strength of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But the trick is that there's actually evidence to suggest that Goku's base in GT is even at the level of Gotenks. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, that is. And there's a lot of things that, there's a lot of, and even the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier is even more than 10 times. I can't talk today, Jesus Christ. But SSJ Goku GT versus SSJ 2 Vegeta. Based on how strong I think Vegeta is in the manga, I would say SSJ Goku from GT. Again, guys, I'm going to completely discount the, just for the sake of this argument, the whole Vegeta being as strong as Super Saiyan 4 thing, because that's a video I have to still cover, because there are some points that I do want to make about that. More on a writing standpoint, and I guess power scaling as well. But I would say, if you're going off of the manga Vegeta, I would say SSJ Goku would beat him. But the anime Vegeta, definitely I would say would be stronger than Goku. But let's see. Let's move. Oh, wait a minute, actually, never mind. Excuse me, I have to go back to this question because I said something wrong. I have to correct myself before having to do it in the comment section. No, SSJ 2 Vegeta would beat him. Just because of the fact that I just said that Goku's base would have been, around Gotenks. There's evidence to support that. In my video, I said that Vegeta's base would be above Ultimate Gohan. So, mathematically speaking, Vegeta would mop him. Okay, there you go. Excuse me for that incorrectness. I always make... In Q&As, I'll mess up so much, I swear. If I say something that you don't agree with in a Q&A, like if I just say something super quick, you don't have to take it seriously all the time, because I'll mess up so much in the Q&A. I try to correct it in the comment section if someone catches it. SSJ Vegeta versus SSJ Goku when he fought Frost. And this is an interesting one. This is a good one. Because Vegeta, again, I'm going by the manga, I would say that Goku would be stronger because of the fact that it's kind of implied. It's loosely implied because there's no real power scaling evidence to kind of conclude it, but by statements. Because remember, in Resurrection F and Super, when Frieza heard that Goku had defeated Majin Buu, or he's got even stronger than Majin Buu, Frieza says, "Stronger than Majin Buu, after my training, I'll be able to wipe it out in an instant." I'm paraphrasing here, but, he says those along those lines. It's unclear if it's Kid Buu or not, and it's weird because we're not sure he's talking about his final form being that strong or Golden Frieza, but I think you could make an argument that base Goku in Resurrection F could even be stronger than Buhan. But it's just, that's an opinion, though. That's an opinion. There's no facts to prove or disprove it. But if I just had to give my honest opinion, after the Resurrection F arc and after the 3 years of training in the chamber, I would say that Goku's base would definitely be stronger than Buhan by a good margin. And if you're taking the manga Vegeta, who I think is, around... I did a whole video on how strong of Vegeta. I'll try to remember to link it down below, even though I don't want to look at it. But if you do, I appreciate it. Manga Vegeta would lose to Goku's Super Saiyan when he fought Frost. But if it was the anime, they'd probably be about even. But that's my honest opinion. I like this girl, but we never talk. Plus, I saw her before, but never got the chance to say anything to her. What do I do? Well, it sounds like your first step is to talk to her, bro. Because if you haven't talked to her, then you might just look like, you know, you might be stalking her in a way, and that's never good. You don't want that. But really the first step is to talk to her and really get to know this person. You know, I can't give you advice if you haven't really. I don't want to sound like a dick or anything. You know, I can't give you advice if you haven't like gone and introduced yourself to this girl or anything like that. You just have to go and be confident and go in there and talk to her. Do you watch WWE? I used to when I was younger. Do you think people's hatred for the original Z dub goes a little too far? It's not the best dub, yeah, but it's not that bad. Yeah, I mean, it does like a lot of script change, and the voice acting's off a lot of times, but there is a lot of parts of it that I love. A lot of the dub changes I liked, and it's not that I'm saying I like them more and I think it's better for the series. It's just that I understand the original script, and I can appreciate the comedy of some of these lines that are added in, even though it is a little bit discrediting to the original story. I don't necessarily look at it like that. I know a lot of people do. I don't necessarily have a problem with a lot of dub changes. I understand why they are there, because they had a lot of trouble getting proper translations and all that stuff. So I don't have a problem. I can understand why people don't like it though. Is the Boo Saga underrated? Yes. It's not the best for sure, but it's not that bad. As far as an entertainment standpoint and what it's done for the series to elevate it and increase it in popularity, I think the Boo Saga is my favorite. But the most well-made is definitely the Cell arc, and you know the whole Future Trunks storyline. That's the most well-made and well-developed. But the Boo Saga holds such a special place in my heart, so I love it. Okay. You and Xeon should collab more, since you both are such hardcore GT fanboys. I don't think I'm a GT fanboy. I just enjoy the GT series. It's not really fanboys. I mean, I guess we can do videos. I can do videos with Xeon. He's never really asked, so I like how you said you should do more. I don't think I've collabed with him though, have I? Not on my channel, I don't think. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Does Goku T23 drive? How the fuck should I know? Do you ever want kids? It's something that I think is inevitably going to happen in due time, but we'll have to see. But I think that eventually I'm going to want kids, but as of now, I'm definitely not ready for that kind of shit at all. But I think we'll leave it off right there. That's a pretty good spot to end it. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this Q&A. Again, you can ask me questions every Wednesday. I mean, you can ask me questions whenever. I answer questions off the air a pretty good amount. Link down below on where to ask me these questions on AskFM to my profile. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.